Welcome to Meet the Candidates 2022, a voter education program brought to you by the Shakopee Chamber of Commerce. My name is Tim Zunker, and I am the president with the Shakopee Chamber and Visitors Bureau. Our hope is that these candidate interviews and profiles will help you, the voter, understand your choices when it comes to the 2022 elections. We ask voters to arm themselves with the information necessary to make educated choices and to make casting your vote a priority. Please visit the Shakopee Chamber website at shakopee.org to find out more information about the upcoming election. And now I'd like to introduce Jody Brennan, who is running for Scott County Commissioner District 3. Jody, thank you for joining me this morning. Please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you so much, Tim. This is a great opportunity for the candidates to get compared side by side. So I really want to thank the Chamber and the Visitor Bureau for doing this for us.
Thank you.
I'm Jody Brennan. I'm currently running for Scott County Commissioner District 3. I am on the City Council. I am the president of the Economic Development Authority, and I also am on the Shakopee Utilities Commission. And we set rates and policy for the municipal water and electricity. I am also on the Live, Learn, and Earn Housing Committee. We look at housing in Scott County, everything from market rate housing to homeless housing. And our goal is to communicate those needs to the residents in Shakopee. I formerly was on the Shakopee Parks Plan and the 2040 Comprehensive Plan Champion. I was also on the Planning Commission and Board of Adjustment and Appeals in Shakopee. I think my strength is in planning, economic development, finances, and housing.
Great. Thank you, Jody.
Thank you.
What do you see as the most pressing issues in Scott County, and what are your thoughts on how to resolve them?
Currently, the Scott County Commissioners are meeting with the faith-based organizations to discuss homeless housing. I think that's really an area that needs to be addressed. I know that foreclosures are now rising again, as well as evictions. I think a number of people are living in our hotels, and it's not necessarily a good situation for the community to have that happen. It's increasing our police calls and also emergency calls. So it's better to identify their needs and make sure that they're getting services from Scott County because they can be monitored. They have to follow rules and instead of just living and earning money ways that are not good for the community.
Great.
So I think that is really a high point. I think also we're trying to determine if one of the cities in Scott County is looking at purchasing a hotel to make it a Scott County housing, affordable housing or homeless housing. That hotel was high in crime and so they're trying to turn around and change the business model. I think that's it for today.
Yeah. Thank you, Jody. Do you believe that the county should make any changes to its allocation of resources to policing or mental health services?
Thank you. From conversations I've had with Chief Tate, they would like to see ride-along mental health professionals that can ride along with the police and help identify mental health issues and also trying to dissuade those issues from accelerating into something else. So I think that's something that the cities would like to see happen. That takes coordination with the Scott County Sheriff's Department.
Great. Thank you, Jody. What are your plans to keep Scott County's tax levy low while still maintaining adequate resources for services like infrastructure improvements and workforce?
Well, we really need to get through the current economic issues that are happening with inflation and supply chains. That's going to be a constant cost problem. Currently, Scott County is trying to purchase fleet vehicles, and they're seeing that it's $8,000 increase in price for those fleet vehicles. So that's definitely going to hit the tax levy. There's so many things in the Scott County tax levy that is mandated by the state and by the federal agencies, and the county has a high portion of their tax levy is on employee costs. So what we need to do is really work with the state and federal government to decrease the amount of mandated rules that are put in place, so that those employees can actually go to work on the purpose that they're there, like child protection. They're spending 65% of the time filling out paperwork and documenting their interactions with the families. And really, they need to be working with the families to get these issues resolved.
Great. Thank you, Jody. What is the status of the relationship between Scott County and the individual cities within the county? And what will you do to build upon and strengthen these relationships?
Okay. Scott County and the cities belong to an organization called SCALE, which is Scott County Association of Leadership and Efficiency. It's a very good organization. I think it opens up communication and dialogue on topics that have to be resolved collaboratively. But I think there's also a tendency for each organization, the city and the county, to look at their levy as their personal levy. And the county will say, well, we can push that service down to the cities to take care of. But that's often a cost that's more expensive at the city level. And in reality, it's money coming out of a single individual's pocket. So we need to look collaboratively at the cost that is affecting the taxpayer.
Thank you, Jody. And if elected county commissioner, what would be your top priorities once you begin your term?
I brought up housing before for and the safety of our community in the hotels and providing homeless housing that's structured to deal with the services that those individuals need. I think also communication and collaboration with the cities is a top priority. I would be the only person on the commission that has a city background, so I'm able to see what those needs are. I think a large part of the job is being an advocate on the state and federal level, and going in and advocating for the needs of the Scott County, the business of Scott County, but also for the residents of Scott County. Right now, we have individuals with disabilities who are not employed, and we need to get those people back to work. They need to be productive members of the community.
Great. Thank you, Jody.
Thank you.
Now I'd like to give you the opportunity to give your closing statement and message to the voters.
I really want to thank the Chamber again for the work that they're doing in our community. I am hoping that the people watching this video will take a look at the individuals who are running for this position and for the other candidate position. So much of the work that we do is for you, the taxpayer, and we need to be able to communicate the needs of the county and of the city and your needs. And I think that I'm prepared to do that. I think my background and the work I've done and the learning that I've done in the last 4 to 6 years has really brought me to a point where I'll be an effective member of the Scott County Commission. Thank you.
Thank you, Jody. And as a reminder, the views expressed in these interviews are those of the candidates, not those of the Chamber and Visitors Bureau. The Chamber is sponsoring these events as a service to the community and has gone to great lengths to ensure the objectivity. The Chamber does not endorse any candidate, but seeks to provide you, the citizens and voters of Shakopee, with the information you need to make an informed choice. The Shakopee Chamber and Visitors Bureau extends a sincere thank you to the candidates. Thank you, Jody.
Thank you.
We appreciate your time and service to our community by running for office. You're performing an important service to us all. Thank you. Again, thank you for joining us for this edition of Meet the Candidates 2022. Please join us September 29th at River Valley Church for our candidate forum. Please visit the Shakopee Chamber website at shakopee.org for more information. Thank you. Thank you, Jody.
Thank you.